Hello everyone, this is Persephone. I have been planning this video for quite some time. I'm going to answer questions that many people left on the channel, including hate questions. I'm working on a project that has to do with zombies because I have a green screen now, so please ignore what I'm wearing. The project is like zombie nurse and medical fetishes and stuff. It's not going to be on YouTube. And we're going to start right now because I hate intros. Question number one. Why don't you make videos about castration anymore? CBT, cock and ball torture anymore, and so on. I would love to make them, but my channel is going to get strikes and get terminated promptly. I started the channel in 2017, December 2017 to be precise, and since then the censorship has increased. It's now at least 100 times more extreme. So I'm really sorry. Not only I'm not allowed to make these videos on YouTube, not even on OnlyFans. Even the mention of these fetishes gets you a warning from the administrators that you stop or you get banned. It's totally up to you. I have one platform left that is a little bit more open about that. It's many vids. I'm not going to say which one because, again, censorship, but you can find it above on my link tree. And there are some videos there that they are more extreme. Other than that, I'm really sorry, it's the dystopia and I don't want to lose my channel. Even if I restrict it and I put it for viewers over 18, it's still going to get a strike. So we have to wave goodbye to these videos once and for all. The second reason why I don't want to make these videos is I'm a human being as much as you are, and I'm tired of being harassed by people begging me to find them and do these procedures on them myself without anesthesia. I may be a zombie nurse as a cosplay, but if you want to do any medical procedure, it should be at a hospital with certified, like board certified doctors. Okay, I'm not going to give advice to anyone online to do any kind of thing that could be considered self-harm and get myself in trouble. It's different to discuss it as a fantasy, but because I don't know what people are going to do and when, I just decided to opt out altogether. I'm sorry, and I hope you understand. Question number two, are you trans? Someone sent me, is she a he? I have something that I realized recently that was quite shocking to me. So I'm going to answer this once and for all. I was a female assigned at birth. I was born with a vagina. If you don't believe me, again, my OnlyFans is above. You can see it for yourselves. So every time people would ask me, are you trans? I would answer no. Then, because I have many trans fans and I have many sisters who actually think about transitioning, some are on hormones, and they were asking me for advice, I felt that I'm lacking, that I need to educate myself more on the subject. So I purchased some books online about transsexuals, gender dysphoria, and so on. And there was one specific psychiatrist that he was a male assigned at birth and he transitioned to a female. And he studied psychiatry and specialized on gender disorders and gender dysphoria. This person really opened my eyes. And he said, first of all, he explained the difference between transgender and transsexual. And the difference, I didn't know it, the difference is that transsexuals are those who feel that they are born with the wrong gender and actually proceed to have medical operations to alter their appearance to match their inner gender. When you start, let's say, getting on testosterone and removing your breasts or having gender reassignment surgery, you become transsexual. Now, here is the creepy part for me and the shocking part. He said that the definition of transgender is if you exhibit consistently a pattern of behaviors that they do not match the cultural expectations of the behaviors for your assigned at birth gender, and match the different gender, there is a pretty good chance that you're actually transgender. And ever since I can remember myself, my behaviors were always the opposite of what was expected of girls. And I was always thinking that it's autism. Like, I didn't have any interest in girly stuff like celebrities, girly things like makeup, girly things like glitter, clothes who are feminine, dresses. Even now, when I have to wear these things, I do it because of professionalism, because it's my job, and then I go back to extremely gender-neutral clothing. Like, if you see my clothes, most of them could be unisex in real life. And everything that I had to learn, like makeup wigs and all that, it's just for the job. If it was up to me, I'm completely neutral towards them, and my interests, if you are like long timers in my channel, you know that I care about psychiatry, technology, history, medicine, like space and stuff that if you tell me let's drop all that and read about celebrities, and the thing that I always say, who wore it better, that's schizophrenia, that they show me two women wearing the same dress, they say which person wore the dress better, and my serious reaction is, oh my god, who the fuck cares, you could be wasting our time here with this nonsense. So in that sense, maybe based on what this person says, I am transgender, like I have a male brain in a female body. And because I look masculine in my bone structure and stuff because of autism, there are people who say, well, this person thinks like a guy and looks kind of masculine, maybe she was originally a he. But at the end of the day, if you ask me, are you going to get surgeries? Nope. If there was a way in the future to actually, like on the Altered Carbon dystopian series, to actually transition to a different body that was male, I would definitely try to live as a guy. But to go through testosterone and surgeries to be a 5'3" man, it's quite the opposite. If you are a 5'3" male, you have much higher chances to transition into a female for a fulfilling life than for a male to say that, you know, just going to be 5'3" and search for a girlfriend. It's over. I think that the people who are so obsessed with my gender are people who have either internalized transphobia or people who are insecure in a sense of, I need to classify you somewhere. Like, at the end of the day, so what? Does anything change for you? What I say, either it's useful or interesting to you, or it's not. The people who waste their time saying, okay, what race is this person, what gender is this person, you're looking at the tree, you're missing the forest, and you're a loser. I can't be nicer. Question number 3. Why did they start posting extremely extreme videos about OnlyFans? Like, I posted the OnlyFans horror video, and there were people who were horrified, and they were messaging me on OnlyFans, and they were saying, oh my god, I had no idea this happened. What exactly do you think about this job? I mean, I'm really sick and tired of people who are faking everything, essentially. Those are the women who fake everything, and the men that they say, oh, I make an OnlyFans, I post a couple of half-naked pictures of myself, and next thing I know, I bought a house that is worth $500,000. Even digital sex work, it's still sex work, it's one of the most dangerous jobs on the planet, so it comes with risks, it comes with people dehumanizing you and thinking that they own you. I want to remind you that YouTube, at the end of the day, is supposed to be a form of communication and media that I want to evoke emotions in my viewers. So the bad isn't always that bad, isn't every day that bad, and the good isn't every day that good. Reality is somewhere in the middle. I made this video overemphasizing the bad because I see many people from the other side. I get emails and messages and stuff on my private media from women who say, should I do this, or from straight men who say, should I do this? And I want to present both the good and the bad and help the person decide for themselves what works for them. I consider it highly unethical what happened to me, that when I started, I was reading all of these blogs and forums and nonsense of all of these lying, bottom-feeding women, that they say, I love my fans, I love my community, I have the best time of my life, every day is a blessing, I just hop on OnlyFans, people throw me $10,000 and then I go shopping. These people are sociopathic liars. So I don't want to be like them. I want to say to people, here are the good things, here are the bad things, you're an adult, decide if you want to join the industry or not. If you ask my unfiltered opinion, I would say joining the industry should be your last option. You should only join if you are homeless, if you are starving, if you are a single parent and you don't have ways to provide for your kid, or you live in an unsafe, abusing situation. You should not join if there is any other alternative to have a job, because it's something permanent, dangerous, and once you're in it, it's going to be on the internet forever. It's not easy. And I haven't gotten a day off in years and years and years. So there are times where I see people who work 9 to 5 jobs, the same people that I used to make fun of 2 years ago, going on a Sunday break, and my workload on the Sundays is bigger than on the weekdays, because on Sundays a lot more people are bored and join my OnlyFans and want to talk to me, and I have a lot more content to film. So sometimes I'm envious, you know. I don't know if it's me getting tired of my own bullshit or if it's the correct expression that the grass is always greener on the other side. In any case, don't worry too much about it. If it affected me as much as you see on every video, I would have long ago been gone from the internet. At the end of the day, you have to remember it's still a job. I have to deliver a product that the fans want, and that's that. It's not like exactly my life mission to show my boobs on Pornhub or whatever. And the people who say it's their life mission, these people are idiots and you should ignore them. Another thing that I want to share with you is that I decided to start the Quora after years of hating Quora, and it's on my community settings. You can see the link there, and I share very personal things there and stories and advice that is completely free, because I joined the Quora monetization program, but I don't want to be this kind of toxic person that I'm going to say to people subscribe to my blog in Quora and pay more money when there are poor people asking for advice. So there's going to be free content, and there is going to be free, again, written content behind the paywall. So it's totally up to you. If you don't have money or if you want like immediate help, you can read that content. Because my new channel, that the name is going to be the same as the Quora name, I'm looking for illustrators right now because I want to have an illustrated banner and an illustrated profile picture. I'm extremely disappointed by the garbage I see on Fiverr and people sexually harassing me for some reason that I don't know when they realize that I do digital sex work. So maybe I'm going to end up trying to do the illustration myself, or maybe I'm going to be lucky and find someone else. We will see. So until then, because it's delay after delay, you're free to join Quora. Last but not least, about the recent events and the instability in the war, I have said my opinion many times because people are messaging me and they're saying, why don't you talk about that? I'm not this type of disgusting person living in their own little bubble and ignoring world events. I believe that all of this is a part of a bigger agenda. It's a plan for a new world order that is going to be established in the next decade. We're going to see it clearly in the next decade. So I don't want to make immediate videos about this ruler is bad and the other president is good and what's going to happen and X versus Z. And there are so many other channels that you can watch these videos and you can get the information you want. It doesn't have to be mine. If you want my personal opinion, I'm of course anti-war. I don't want any, especially like old person, woman, child, pregnant person to be suffering. Losing your house overnight and becoming a refugee is something horrible. I had people in my family who dealt with extreme immigration trauma and losing everything overnight. So I grew up with these people and I understand how it scars you for life. Like you have CPTSD, sometimes even from witnessing what is happening, sometimes because it's happening to you. So of course I am against it. I say that for the people who sent me hateful messages and they said that I support the war. I don't, unless you think you know what's in my head better than me. In that case, please send me an email telling me how you can read people's thoughts from a distance. Okay. What happens right now really actually reinforces what I told you about the importance of having an online business and of having a side income, because if you have lost your home and you have nowhere to go in a terrible situation, I don't say this in a sense I did it before you and I'm better than you, not at all. You should see it as I did it, so you can do it. With my help, you can do it too. I don't consider myself better than anyone. In fact, I started the channel to give people who are poor and cornered without options chances to make money online. And not necessarily sex work, okay? I'm just saying that, let's say if you had written an ebook about something that you're good at, or if you had started a YouTube channel about something that you're good at, even if there a bomb dropped and your house is gone and you are on the street with the clothes on your back, you still have passive income. Which means if you manage to cross the border and go safely to a new country, you can actually see your account and see money in there, and you can buy food and you can survive unless you are lucky enough to have people coming to help you. Not everyone is lucky. And people would say I'm like a survivalist and I'm psychotic and I have schizophrenia, but exactly because I grew up with family members who experienced that, not knowing if you're going to have your kid like fed because there is a war and all of a sudden you lose everything overnight. That's why it's important to not have all of your eggs in one basket, all of your money in one bank. I have banks in several countries and I have money divided in several countries for that reason, because even if you lose 1/3 of them, you still have 2/3 and so on. And in my case and other people's cases, we had to learn the hard way. One last advice that I said on OnlyFans, but I think it's worth sharing here: stop watching the news all day and obsessing. I understand it's important to know what's happening in the world, of course, but in my case, I watch the news in 1 minute, watching just the headlines and seeing if anything is important enough for me to click and continue watching. In 99% of the cases, it's not. The news in 1 minute are enough, or finding a video that summarizes everything to listen to it is enough. Because at the end of the day, the things that make us suffer the most are things that didn't even happen. Like, I have people crying that World War III is going to happen in my inbox, and okay, let's cry after it happens. Because before that, you're going to make yourself sick, and you're making yourself unproductive, and what if nothing happens after all? You know what I mean? I knew people who were so distressed over the virus that shall not be named because it brings the demonetization fairy, that they gave themselves the symptoms and the test came out negative. Don't buy into this fear-mongering. This is all propaganda to make you extremely stressed. The worst thing you can do to yourself is you to be like those boomers who are glued on the TV in America all day, watching Fox News, and half of the news we're not even sure if they're fake or real, and fighting. Or being on Twitter all day and fighting, or being on forums all day and fighting. What are you going to do with this keyboard warrior bullshit? If anything, if you want to make a difference, get some money, buy some stuff, buy some formula, some diapers, some food, and go help the people who lost their home. That makes a difference. Ranting online and writing conspiracy theories and sending me harassing emails, that just makes you a joke, okay? And it actually confirms the idea that people should just be, brain-dead masses to be controlled. Like, are they going to control your emotions when you don't even have a microchip on your brain yet? Thank you for watching.